I have my garden tower here. Been getting down in the 20s at night, and looks like my tomato plant is gone, or almost gone. But thing I thought was weird is my chard looks like it's pretty much had it. I thought chard was able to handle cold weather. So looks like this is going to be just about done here real soon. I'll keep pushing it underneath the carport at night, but I'm supposed to get some more cold days, so we'll see what makes it. We'll see what makes it. Well, time to put away the garden tower. Got the wheels on the bottom so it's easier to move around. Still pretty heavy though. So pick it up with my bobcat and take it down to my shop. Hopefully it'll go okay. Well, I got it in my shop. So we'll see. Hello everyone. Papa Blue shirt here. Papa Blue gloves again today. What we had to do the other day is we had to move our garden tower because it's going to get cold. It's supposed to get down to 12 degrees tonight, and that would pretty much kill everything. So what I did is I put it in my shop, and now I got to decide what to do with it in here. As you see behind me, this is my grow room where my microgreens are and my baby greens. But I'm not sure I want to work around it. You know, I could put this in there with it, but then I have to work around it all the time. But for tonight, since it's going to get down to 12 tonight, I'll stick it in there and then we'll decide. But before we stick it in there, I want to prune back everything that's not going to grow no more. Here's my red robin tomato plant. I got half a dozen or maybe a dozen tomatoes off it, but I didn't plant it early enough, and I planted it between my house. I usually keep this between my house and my carport, and it works really good in the summertime because I can grow salads all year round that way. But it's not real good for tomatoes because tomatoes like to be in the sun. So I didn't plant it early enough either. I left it in a grow tray forever. Finally one day I said, well, maybe I'll plant it in the top of the garden tower. So I did. I planted it in top of the garden tower, but it wasn't early enough, so it didn't get to grow all the way. But I'm gonna go ahead and harvest these larger leaves. These are my salad, but they're kind of tall right now, so they were about to go to seed. But I'm able to eat them all the way up until they do, and even after they do, I cut the top of it off where the seed is, and I just keep letting it grow, and a lot of times it'll keep right on growing. I think it has a lot to do with the fact that, like I said, it was in the shade. It only got maybe 3 or 4 hours of sunlight over there, which is really good for lettuce when, you know, it's 95 degrees out. You know, it can't, lettuce is unable to handle that, but when it's only in the sun for a little bit, it seems to handle it okay. But they were about to go to seed, so clean this up so it's not hanging off everywhere. And And what I'm doing, I'm putting all this right down in the middle of the garden tower. The garden tower has a composting worm bin in the middle. And it really works nice for this. But there comes that certain part of the year where you just got to make up your mind, well, it's probably over. But I did plant some chard in here about a month ago. I took them from my microgreens, took them outside and stuck them in there. I was originally planning to leave it out, but after they got cold and I saw what it was doing to my chard, I had to rethink that decision. Kale, I think, can handle the cold, but that chard wasn't looking too healthy after it got cold. So we'll clean it all up here. And then maybe it won't be so hard to work around in my room here. My room's not that big. But, yeah, see, I got my little tomatoes. Just little ones. That's how red robin is, though. Red robin, they're not really big. They only grow a foot tall, so I thought, got a notification here. The red robin only gets about a foot tall, and so I figured it'd grow real well in here, but it didn't get enough sun. It did grow. If I would have planted it at the beginning of the year, I would have had it would have made it, but live and learn, I guess. Out of there. Got to keep my worms happy. You know, I don't want my worms to die in here. I only cleaned out the compost bin one time this year. Got some really nice stuff out of there. Well, I want to keep the worms happy. Want to keep the worms happy. See, that's what it looks like. That's what we're harvesting today. But I'll go ahead and keep doing that. And as you can see, this garden tower spins all around, which really makes it handy. If you have it in an area that only gets sun from one side, you can rotate it every day. So the plants on the back side will get it too. And then it also, I bought the casters that went along with it. So you can wheel the whole, wheel the whole thing around. That's what the casters look like. So it's a really good deal. Really good deal. I like it. I tried growing the lettuce in the garden, and boy, that's a nightmare between the deer and the bugs. You don't really get very much, and the rabbits, everything coming up to eat your stuff. You know, but putting it in this thing here, we didn't have any problems. Didn't have no problem with deer. Didn't have no problems with any animals like that. And you can plant a lot of these things. If you planted it with lettuce, it would feed the whole family, easy. I was out here every day cutting on it. So it easily feed a family. Have much more than you could ever eat. So I'll continue this and then I'll be back when I'm done. Well, let's see if it'll fit in there. See if it'll fit in here. See what it'll be like. Timber! Well, that's what it'll be like. Let's see what, show you what it looks like here. Not a whole lot of room, but we'll see. We'll see if I can work around it. I guess I can. Not too bad. It might work, maybe. Sit here. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. I'm gonna close the door so it stays warm in here. Kind of cold out there. Looks like it's 55 in the shop, 62 in here. Of course, I've had the door open a lot, so. Well, Papa Blue Shirt here. I was able to get it in here. Got it in here. It's kind of crowded a little bit, but we'll see how it goes. I'll be able to spin it. Kind of rotate it along the light. I might put another light here. I don't know. Have to decide if I want to keep it in here. Don't know what else to do with it though. I really don't want everything to die, and that's the thing, you know, when winter comes along, got to do something with your garden tower. I know there's a lot of people who just leave it outside. People grow kale and those really cold weather crops, and so that's something that a person could do. But I really didn't want to leave it outside because I had mostly lettuce in mine. I have some kale, or some chard. And after I saw what the weather did to my chard, I didn't want to lose it all, so I decided to bring it in. Nothing else, I'll wheel it in and out, you know, if it gets in my way. That's the advantage of having the casters on the bottom. But overall, I really like this garden tower. First started out with those little units. Forget what they're called. Anyways, first started with them, and they grew, but you know, it wasn't enough for the whole family. You know, get one salad every couple of weeks, you know. So it was kind of just a novelty. If you were just one person and you occasionally ate salads, or you raised, you know, like basil or something like that, herbs, something like that, it would be good. But you know what I ended up doing, I ended up taking a 10-20 tray and planted the lettuce on it and just let that grow, and just forget about the hydroponic stuff. But hydroponics has its place, and then some people they really enjoy it. But you know, I like to plant in dirt, and so far it's worked out very well for me. And so right now we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 trays going. So we should have no problem feeding my family kale, and chard, broccoli, radish, all kinds of stuff. And you know, I like the garden inside more than I do outside. You have to deal with everything on the outside, bugs and animals and all kinds of stuff. And the main thing, the weather. The weather would tear you up. So anyways, this is the garden tower. I got it in here, and we're going to keep them alive somehow. I'm going to plant some more, and maybe by spring I'll have it all going really good, and then I can put it outside again. And then I get a really good head start. You know, it's kind of neat being able to pick it up with the bobcat, because, you know, you stick it outside, and if you're out there for 2 or 3 weeks, and all of a sudden you get a cold spell, you think you might lose everything, I can just pick up the whole thing and put it back inside. So we'll see how that goes. I think I'm going to stick this time-lapse camera on here and focus it on a couple of these and see how they react during the night. And so that's what we're going to do. Alrighty. This is Papa Blue Shirt. Thanks for watching.